stuff, like
Okay. First
oh
off, there's legitimate issues, and then there's just being upset at stupid shit. As far as I'm concerned. Hang on a sec. All right, there we go. So yeah, there's legitimate issues, and then there's people just being sensitive as people want to do. I guess there's really nothing wrong with that. I mean, everyone's got their issues, so to speak.
But there is going to be and will always be a lot of male talk at our table. Always.
Yeah.
And you kind of gotta like toughen up a little bit over words.
Like
words
there's being politically correct, and then there's my game, and my game is not politically correct. My game will never be politically correct, and anybody who wants my game to be politically correct needs to give their head a shake about what they're asking for.
Your game has never been PC, and it never will be, and the people who enjoy your channel are the people who like it that way, and get like that in your chat.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows the score here. I don't give a shit about stuff like that. I've had to endure racial commentary my entire fucking life, and if anybody thinks I'm going to suddenly show sensitivity after years of dealing with people's insensitivities, they need to give their fucking head a shake. That's not the way I work. That's not the way, I want to work. I like who I am. I like how my sense of humor works, and I like the fact that I can laugh at any race with zero guilt for the basis that, for the simple basis that I've had to endure it for however long. Yeah. So I know a good joke, you might say. Whereas a lot of people, you know what? They haven't had to deal with real, actual hatred from anybody. Jess has never had to deal with that sort of hatred. She may have had to deal with people making comments about her size or weight or something like that. But something tells me that it's more her doing that than other people doing that.
Yeah.
If she was to play that card, I wouldn't buy it for a moment. Then there's, Paul's issues and whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get into this and start shitting on my players. That's not what it's about, and I don't really want to go there.
That's as it is. But
I honestly don't have an issue with any players.
Which one are you?
What's up?
Here. Let's go and find it. Alright, Lucy. Come on, Lucy.
Anyway.
I found that Night in the Woods is a successful Kickstarter project.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it got funded and happened.
Maybe I'll try to kickstart my app.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm not kidding. Actually kickstart my app and whatnot. But the issue being that I don't have any pedigree that would excite anybody, and I'm certainly not a celebrity that would attract the sort of attention that would be required to fundraise that. Anyway, I don't know how we got onto the topic of people's anal retentivenesses, but yeah, when it comes to Jess saying that she's upset about the way people are talking and asking people to not talk that way, it's like, no, this is not your D&D table. This is our D&D table, and if somebody's going to be a part of that D&D table, they have to accept that people have a range of different humors that come to the table, and they're not all going to mesh. And that's the big trick about finding a crew that works well together, is having a crew of people that aren't going to be arbitrarily offended, by words. Words have as much power as people give them, and I'm not one to give words that much power.
Yeah, words are words.
Words have power in terms of making people laugh, and that's where it should begin and end. Either you're laughing and that's the power of the words, or it has no power. Because, they say sticks and stones break my bones, words will never hurt me. That's up to the individual hearing them, right? The only time I get offended is on the basis of what I know offends other people. I have dealt with enough shit in my life that I can turn a blind eye to pretty much anything. There are certain exceptions, like if somebody insults my family, some shit just never flies no matter the social circumstance, right? But, anyway, that all aside. So Hellgrim's piece of footage was actually supposed to be him discovering the cure as he did once upon a time.
Yeah, that's the new intro, and unfortunately it's not fixed. C'est la vie. Oh my god, I just realized last night we were still in IRL. We weren't even in D&D. We were still in IRL for Twitch because I never changed the game.
Well, you still had quite a few people come through, so there's that. Maybe that's why the average stage time was like 6 minutes or something. I don't know. Or that's for your whole stream though, isn't it?
Yeah. C'est la vie. No, that was for the session. That's for the session. And yeah, it's true actually. If I had got myself into the Dungeons and Dragons category, maybe our viewership would have been higher last night. But oops.
You still had quite a few viewers during the time.
I wonder what kind of viewership we actually had on other networks though, because there was a bunch of different networks that we were dealing with. I don't know what to do about the intro now. Like, I like where the intro's at. It's clearly not as powerful as the old ones. Clearly nowhere near as powerful as the old ones. Streaming right now. How do you like that? It actually says we're live right now. So you can see it works. That restream is working great. What we got here? No, we want this one.
Oh my goodness.
Like when you compare it to the original. The original. This is the original. Like the original oregano original.
This was before I was in it, right?
Yeah. Oh shit, she did. She jotted 0. That's a bug.
Here's our little Philip Brightwood.
Yeah, that's Cheerin Brightwood. Well, truth be is, you find the perfect song, and you have this vision.
Yeah. Like when you remake.
One more sign.
Like
Sorry?
when you make a new intro from scratch.
Like a
you're
new
finding
intro.
and you're finding your new song and you're editing it into that. Then it comes along differently, right?
I'd like to actually get photos of everybody, and I kind of thought to do that last night, and then didn't. The difference between the current intro and these intros is that these are cut to the music. Raid shots. That's kind of what I wanted to do actually is angry shots, but like separate the arm from the face so that it's like moving in slow motion, one after the next. It's super, and like sparks are showering down. Yeah.
Kind of like.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like you get a one, or it's
Or
funny.
like this.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got a 1.
So that sort of shit would be that would be pizzazz. The original intro.
So that was.
This was the first
was
intro a year ago.
That was supposed to be like kind of like Orion and Ivor moment.
Yeah.
Because he died. Or like, is he?
The intro actually came after I'd done a couple sessions, so that I had an idea of what I delivered in terms of content and where it had gone. That is a wicked.
What the hell did it go
These
to?
are videos I've liked.
Oh, okay. What the fuck?
My original, the first intro I ever did.
This is before we even had, you were even online or anything.
Yeah, this is before I was anything. I was doing this to attract players.
This is the one that has that big yawn of mine in the background,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. This is some old ass business right here. Quasi wannabe Michael Bay. Got the shaky cam and shit.
That map is cool. You should just hang it up somewhere for posterity.
I have a lot of shit I can hang from my
And
stereo.
the map is huge and cool.
I need to get an actual Forgotten Realms map.
Yeah. Where was 4th edition? What part of the world was that?
4th edition was Nerith.
Nareth, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at my beautiful face right there. It's such a beautiful
Just the
face.
perfect shot of you, hey?
It must have been cold too. This like.
Is that called soft mugging? Is that what that is?
Soft mug?
No. Where is the Cloud Spires Season 2. Oh god, it always does this too. There it is. No, and it's the first one.
You got lots of Spyro.
Just a whole shit ton of Spyro because they had an area called the Cloud Spires.
Yeah, I seen that when Solomon was
Oddly
playing
enough,
it.
Spyro Year of the Dragon. So
Solomon was
actually,
playing it. Yeah.
what is the song of the Cloud Spires? Because that was the OST right there. I see. There it is. Let's hear the music to the Cloud Spires according to Infinity Ward or Insomniac Games.
Yeah, I seen Solomon flying around in the Cloud Spires. He's like, ha.
This is the song of the Cloud Spires. According to Insomnia. Tropical cloud spires. Yeah. Fuck yeah, prove it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I kinda dig it, actually. I gotta be honest. I kinda like it. Okay, it's not in here for whatever reason. I am searching for, oh wow. Okay.
Maybe you just gotta go.
If I open this, will I get the related video? What will I get for a related video, actually, is the question I have. Really? The funniest thing is, it's the one with the most fucking views. Is the second one. It's so frustrating that you can't just see it.
You gotta go to your channel, I guess, and pull it up.
Holy. Where is it? Okay, that's enough
Yeah, that's
retro
enough
game
of that.
tunes. It's enough retro game tunes. I'm convinced. It was retro and it was game tunes. Oh, no. These are all the videos just posted. Nope, that's not it either.
That was this.
I'm gonna grab this, and what I'm gonna do with this actually is I'm gonna wait for it to load and then try to play again, even though I just paused it. And then I'm gonna add it to the playlist of intros, and then I'm gonna close that. Hang on, I'm gonna reopen that. Wait, I'm gonna bounce over here, and that's still not the other intro. Look at this. I'm getting the related video, the newest one that I just fucking posted. But do I see the old one? No. What is going on? Ugh, Princess Leia Shooting Star.
There it is.
There it is. Like, what's so hard about this? It's literally Cloud Spires 2-2. Like, that's the title. And it didn't show up. Like, eat a dick. Yeah, 419 views, and it didn't show up for whatever reason. Like, what the hell is that? Alright. So this was, the best intro, I guess? And they're all subtly different, right? The third one's the most polished, but that was when we were starting to cram people in. And I had to get rid of some of the B-roll. This whole debate is, you know, I'm not one to criticize specificity, but they're identical if you ask me.
All I can think of in that situation is the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like, Vikings are pretty horrible people. Expansionism of all for the expansionism of the group. Like, that's what they're doing. They're expanding now. That was the storyline. They're expanding along the highway. So these guys have got to go. They got to drain the lake, and they got to figure out what's down there. And
And come next session, I mean, I thought about this a bunch, and come next session, basically all it is now is allowing the players to go back to their old business, which is to go back to the front line. And
everybody wants to deal with the Brightwoods, though. That's like where everybody wants to go first.
Oh yeah, sorry, no, I keep forgetting this. Fuck.
That's what everybody wants to deal with.
Okay,
We've even got Joe's got the secret card of illegal weapons showing up in front of the Palor Temple for Vane.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And he's gonna over this next week he'll come up with some reason to be there. To get.
So see, the issue for me then is coming up with a reason for Fletcher to be there, for Paul to be there, for Mitch to be, like, the entire smoking section to be there.
Well, Mitch should be drawn there because he's a druid and there's druid shit happening. So you could do something there with him.
That's fair, yeah.
Like that you could
Just you feel the barbarism of nature, the bastardization of nature. So simple, yeah. And then what, right?
And then you got, what is it, Jess and Fletcher? Because Paul's already on his way. Well, Jess could get there because Paul's going.
Well,
like,
Jess will be there because she's at the church. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Because her
question becomes, okay, why would Mactillion go? He
talked with Ivor and was like, we got to do something about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and Ivor were the ones who were having the conversation with Vane. Those three were having the conversation at the temple. And then Ivor's like, I have been forbidden from getting involved, but I will make sure there's a weapons thing for you.
Your
guys.
boyfriend smells like dildos. Next Friday, we're going to be continuing this one. So, yeah, I guess they're going to be going into the compound, and they're going to have all week to roll it around in their head, and I got to decide if Lucretia's going to be upset that they are doing this, or if Lucretia's going to be like, well, bravo then, I appreciate some initiative, and, you know, give them something, or just a pat on the back. I don't know.
Because they're already, like, talking about taking the compound. Like, it kind of happened, and then
but no, she was talking about doing it in a political manner. Like, she's talking about, here's this young mind that we can easily take over. Let's go at it that way. If we mobilize, then we'll attract the attention of other houses. That was literally the Lucretia's thing. She says, if we go after the Brightwoods directly in a loud manner, then eventually someone's going to say something. You know, nobody's going to turn a blind eye to our actions that way. But if we take advantage of this circumstance and through subterfuge, or, you know, just being smart and playing the cards, we take control of this young 15-year-old boy who's head of this household. But I like the direction it's going right now. I like the direction that it will go with everybody hunting through the compound.
I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Did you finish band practice?
Well, I did pretty bad.
Oh, that's okay. You know, Mummy did really bad on that song too. It was impossible. You gotta talk. Are you still at band practice?
No, I'm at the library with B.
Oh, you gotta go up the elevator to the top floor and then go and look at a computer. Did you do that?
Yeah.
What?
I did.
So are you looking at the newspaper pieces?
Well, I didn't go on the computer.
Well, so you go to the top floor as high as you can go on the elevator, and you look at the yellow glowing computer, and then you have to press C while you look at newspaper articles. And you'll hit after you find 3 ghost stories. Then you guys will move on. Go do that. You're good. It's pretty simple.
I should never mind all this.
Are you gonna stop your one and start your speed running, or are you in speed running?
No, I'm just gonna throw something on, but having trouble actually coming up with one. Alright. This is an 11-year-old speed run. Man, this mouse, eh?
Are the batteries dying?
They're eternally dying. Anyway, so Mario Odyssey.
We have another person in the chat.
Alright, Mario Odyssey. Odyssey. It's Mario Odyssey. Alright, it's on.
And Jack.
It's on! Oh my goodness. Easy, computer. It's okay. Relax. Relax, computer. So, oh my goodness. Where are we with suggestion? I've still got the Mimic suggestion. I've got Vane's awkward marriage. I don't think that's going through, I guess. I don't know. It depends on if they... See, part of this, and I'm going to explain something. Part of this is the idea that the Brightwoods can make contact with the Copper, who part of his awkward request is to make peace with those guys. Like, contact them and make peace with them. The long term on this is that Saxburg is actually headed off to do the thing there. Well, we got that sort of, yeah, the Mimic Infestation is still on the board. It's just nobody's been... Well, A, nobody drinks out of bottles around here, unless you count me pouring drinks. And then, in-game, nobody hits the tavern. And the only time they socialize as such is to go to, balls and whatnot, where people are drinking out of, champagne flutes.
Just
anyway.
Solomon's playing Night in the Woods. That's what he's asking about. Just like, because he came in and I was telling him about that.
Ah.
Anyway.
So, I mean, thinking about the story and where it's going, I like everything that's there. I like the random fight. I like the monastery flight. I liked everything about last night, except for it being too much, as everyone was saying. I don't know.
I felt like all of us were really jumping on you for that. And then I was thinking about it after. And I even said on the stream, like, after, when you were still streaming, was even everybody was still sitting here, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, I'm being way too critical right now. I liked the session in general. I don't know.
I asked for it, but like I said last night, it's hard to take sometimes when you pour as much effort into it, and then it's just really like nobody acknowledges a lot of that work. But here's the thing: is you don't notice a good job. People are wired to notice the bad. Nobody notices the good. And in truth, when you look at this as the nature of people, like people just naturally don't look at the positive side, because the good just fades in the background. It just works, right? Oh, that worked.
Well,
There's
it's
no
because
reason to
things
mention it,
are
it just
happening
worked.
and people are like, well, think, oh, that was cool. But when something happens they don't like, it like sticks in your head. You're like, I'm going to mention that at the end of the game.
But
so
the
then,
unfortunate thing for me
up,
is that when it comes to what you like, what you hate, people
Tend to gloss over what they liked. They put so much heart and soul into talking about what they didn't like, and there's a big discussion about what they didn't like. Nobody really talks too much about what they liked. Everybody talks about what they didn't like.
Hey, I want to say on my before I started in with everybody else on the thing, I did say I did put a bit of effort into what I liked last night. I said I liked the role play. They said what I liked.
That's fine. That's
role
fine.
play.
But it's a rare occasion to see the sort of discussion erupt around that. And expanding on what people liked.
Yeah,
as opposed to when it's negative. Oh God! If he has a complaint, he'll jump in. He might have something to say. Who's to say, right? Suddenly his turn turns into everybody's, and then we go back to it's my turn. Well, yeah, it is your turn. So say your piece. Don't get into a discussion.
I really did like the role playing. And honestly, last night, aside from us starting at 7:30 because we were all kind of chatty, even I came down late because I was eating and stuff because of the kids and stuff and whatnot getting set to come down here. But I think everybody was pretty focused last night. Like as far as things are happening and you're jumping between people. There was like a little bit of talk, but none of it really became like overpowering.
If I have a plan, like last night happened the way it did because I had a plan. I had a very distinct plan, and we stuck to that plan. Because, people can say railroading, but I give everybody reasons. You know, there's open-ended days, and then there's really not open-ended days.
This didn't feel like anything really railroaded or went off track, and everybody was really like quick when it came up to their thing to do, role playing or.
That's because I had
like
very distinct
game-wise.
break points.
Yeah.
I had very distinct break points where this happened, and then we go over to another person.
Like,
Anybody like.
Even that saying that this battle took too long, it really didn't. It was 3 rounds. It wasn't that long of a battle.
It allegedly went from 9:30 to 11:30.
No.
I don't know that that's right. I thought it was 10:30.
We didn't
So
start
it was
this
an
battle.
hour-long battle.
Yeah, we didn't start this battle until like 10:30. Or maybe no 10. It must have been around 10 because
I was
we
going to say
stopped
no.
the
Last
battle.
night I was observing this. It was
Yeah, we
it
stopped
was
the
we
battle
got into this
around
battle
11.
between 9 and 10. I was saying 9:30 I think last night, but it might have been later than that. Regardless, the battle concluded efficiently. I thought.
No, the battle went pretty good, and I think it concluded around 11 because I remember looking up at the clock and seeing it's a 22:05. But we spent about 2 hours or an hour and a half, I guess, doing like the role playing stuff. Like I said, it was about 45 minutes between my first like part of the role play and my second.
Do you know what in retrospect, the only thing I would change is to kibosh this battle. Yeah, fair enough. I would kibosh this battle with having guards show up and start just laying waste to the
Like if you
creatures.
really wanted to exemplify that guards can take care of the
That's
shit for
that
us.
was the
Okay.
thing. It was 18 seconds though, like everybody says.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it was efficient, and it was like bam, 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 bam. Like people had their things set up what they were gonna do before it got to their turn. Even.
Yeah.
Like Mitch did, Joe did, I did, Paul did, Jess kinda did.
I think everything worked out really well in terms of the creatures each had a specific miniature, which helps with the visualization. Everything's distinct that way, so the board easily correlates to what's on the table. Everybody has a distinct role. Like there's a grouping of trolls. Oh, who has an area of effect fire spell that they love to pull off, right? And then Paul, I asked him earlier, does your character have lightning? He's like, yep. And there's okay, perfect. So, you know, these guys are loaded for bear. And honestly, the dragon fight, everyone's like, oh, I wanted an epic dragon fight, but I don't know that they really would have wanted an epic dragon fight because an epic dragon fight usually is a lot of
You'd want that.
using shit on the airship, number one, which becomes less about your abilities and more about what I can make up to have on the ship.
Yeah.
And then on top of this, any spells that you are using are going to be such that you're, what can I say, fireballing a dragon or lightninging the dragon, and you do whatever damage. I guess that's cool, but that and guns are, I don't know. I think that's stunted in comparison to this, tactically speaking, because you can't. Okay, that's really what it is. Tactically, all you're doing is just every turn. What do you do? Oh, lightning bolt. You move? No. Why not? Oh, because I'm on a fucking airship and there's nowhere to go.
No, getting on your case with that wasn't really that fair, but I think, like I said, it might have.
That's not my point. I'm not worried about that. Oh, my feelings.
No,
it's rough, like it is, but no, that's not what this is about. No, the bottom line being is that, in my experience, I figured a tactical situation like this would be more fun than I sit on the bow and I do a thing.
No, yeah.
What do you do? Oh, I do a thing. Oh, okay, cool. Do you move? No. Do you have a bonus action? No. Why not? Because I'm on a ship.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do other than to shoot at the thing in front of the ship. That's what I'm doing.
I think what I think would have made that more is if you had put more emphasis, because you had a reason for us being at the monastery. Otherwise you wouldn't have kind of pointed us.
I mean, realistically,
but I feel like maybe the point didn't come across clear enough.
No, it didn't. Ultimately,
weren't paying attention at that point.
Oh god, no. There was two things. Never mind Fletcher and his moment of glory, okay, which was totally part of it.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be the cure for Pograph that gives Vane the moral choice and puts him in a situation. On top of this, it was going to be you seeing that as well, but him not knowing that you saw it, so he has to roleplay the moral choice, and on top of which, if he goes the other route, then you can cure Pograph, and then that's the story that I want to have happen, right? That was my setup. It worked out better in the end because Helbram and you have it. Helbram can make it. Both of you can do the ritual.
Helbram has seen Pograph, and I've never really met him.
So it
I've
worked
met,
out
once
ultimately,
a little
and I mean, go figure. That's Mitch for you. That's having Mitch in the game for you.
So that was cool. No, I think a lot of people were starting to check out at that point because the game went a half hour overtime. I guess I don't know.
I think everybody was really tired. Everybody was tired. Like Fletch was passed out in his seat because I haven't slept for 2. Well, fucking sleep then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's not our fault. That's like when you say what's wrong with the game, you can't be like I didn't sleep.
Yeah, that's lame.
You're, but I thought the monastery was cool and going around and getting the claw things was cool. Like I like that. I liked the wharf battle. I guess whatever you want to call it, the landing pad battle with the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it's people could complain what they will, but it's all like I don't know, world building shit. Like this is just stuff that's happening around.
That's what the last session was about. Yeah. Like I said, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. That's one thing I can take to heart. It may not have resonated with all the players. I mean, what they say about the combat is what they say about the combat. The roleplay was amazing, and honestly, the session went the way it was supposed to, like according to my plan. Next session is going to be something more for the players. Their plans are to go into the combat. That's fine, but that means I have to engineer something around their plans. And this is something I wrote about in my article where I said, is I'm developing a session, and this is what last session was, yesterday's session was, is where the players have shit just happen. Okay, and shit happens in the world, and they just have to deal with it, and that's their role. And so they, being these threads of fate, weaving through the tapestry of the cloud spires, they get sucked into this stuff and they deal with it, and it provides for a nice, simple gameplay and a simple objective and a simple result, and that's the point. And whether the ultimate point of the journey to the monastery was conveyed or not, ultimately, I don't know if it matters. Because moving forward, you guys picked up what was necessary there. There was like a quest objective, and that is that this old wizened monk knows about what's going on in the Cloud Spires and advises, don't kill him, use him, but don't kill him, and just pushing for a diplomatic resolution.
Everybody just wants to have
a boss
a
battle.
big meaningful fight like that, and that's like, okay, we want these dudes out.
And you know what? I have plans. I do. I think I have some good ideas for what you guys can fight when you guys get to get into the compound. Never mind the elves and whatnot, which obviously you'll be going up against.
the veggie meat dudes.
Yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be fun. A whole bunch of popcorn dudes, and we can throw hordes of these guys at you. I already have stats for spawn rates and whatnot. Yeah, no, the truth is, actually, when I think about it, I've got 2 pages of Brightwood compound stuff already done, just in case you guys went that route.
I think that everybody's got a singular purpose coming into the next session, which should help you in deciding what to do. Like, everybody's just like, let's deal with this now.
It's certainly a solid direction, and I think if there's no other benefit to having such a strong and multi-tiered story, it's that the players have options. What do you call a Labrador that becomes a magician? I don't know, a Labracadabrador. Boo! Not cool! It's terrible, and you know it. I'm a cat person, damn it. Number of patrons, 0. Oh.
I felt bad because I was getting on your case, and then I was like, I think I'm getting a little bit too into this, and it doesn't matter, and I still enjoy playing the game, so why does it matter? and then I like redacted a lot of what I said near the end when everybody was still here.
I don't know that it's necessary to redact anything.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, you know, people say what they say the first time around as a direct form of honesty, you might say, and I think it's a disservice to oneself to retract a statement after you said it. Like, the things that bugged you are, you know what I mean? These are the things that you didn't like. Okay, well, that's fine.
I think it's like seeing dragons is always like like, oh, we're gonna have a cool battle. It's really not the time in a session to have a battle like that because it's at the end.
No,
you
but that was why
plan,
everyone was saying to have it on another
but
day, right?
you had a plan for that, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like you. But I do agree with you in that you should have brought some guards out to help deal. Or
Just so the last battle would have been a little more robust. Would have had the time to be a little more robust.
Just like, 'cause as you were saying, like we can have people take care of stuff for us, and as exemplifying that, like you can order people to take care of things.
A lot of last night's jumping around and dealing with stuff quickly was attributed, in my mind, to me glossing details. I've introduced a lot of the locations. We've got descriptions of what these places are, and so it befits that I just say, you go there now. It doesn't need a grand explanation of blah, 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 unless the point is to deliver certain details. You know what I mean? This game looks freaking crazy.
I know. I mean, like, if Solomon does really well in school and can get a report card with no approaching expectations.
And it's like the Red Letter, or sorry, the what is it? Previously recorded guys. They're Jack and Richard said, "There's moons everywhere." Like, this guy's just roaming around grabbing them everywhere. I'm surprised there wasn't one there. Was it a boss? That's cute. Looks like a Cuphead boss, actually. $999 moons, yeah. No, it's a neat looking game, like it really is.
Yeah, because this is the guy who made the
Yeah.
But mimics are cool. It would be just like nice random surprises to throw, like if you want.
Do you know something? I will absolutely throw an infestation in the lake area after they drain it. Everything's a mimic. I think that'll be the best. You know what? Fucking A.
Everybody's just terrified.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Like,
or even better, actually. Why wait till then? The Brightwood compound would be perfect for that. Because the truth is, the whole compound, as I've said before, is a giant spider's web. The whole compound is a living entity.
Yeah.
So the Brightwood compound is a massive living house that is an extension of the boy. And when everybody goes in there, we can expect that all of the furnishings are going to try and eat people. Just sit on a couch, nom nom nom, you know? Like, there's potential there. There's potentials. Oh, sort of potential. Mimic tableware. Be our guest. Roll your 20s for the test. Try attacks. Try your spells. I don't know. I'd have to write something. I think that'd be pretty goddamn funny, actually. Write a song for it. Fucking Jazz would start freaking out. Be like, oh, I want to sing it, I want to sing it, I want to sing it, I want to sing it. What does that look? That looks like shit. I'm going for a thing. I look terrible. Never mind. Oh. What time is it here, actually? It's noon already. Alright. Well, in terms of what I'm going to do for next session, plan out the Brightwood compound in more detail. Recreate the compound. Set up an assassination for Ivor, as per Shadowbat's plot point. And and come up with various mimic ideas for the Brightwood compound. Also, bees. The bees are going to be a big thing there, and Mactilion's going to have his $1 million injection come to fruition in there. Somehow, I suspect that he will attain like bee magic, which I think would be really fucking cool. I have a a clucromancy, which is chicken magic. So literally, it's a sorcerer path that. Yeah, it did. That was the thing is, I couldn't do the whole $1 million injection, but I could do the stabbing, and it took me all night, but I finally got it. When he got back to town, he got stabbed by a bee at random, which seems to be more and more of an issue in the Cloudspires, right? But in any event, Mactilion, being the special case that he is, will, I think, attain wavelength with the Bee Queen as per the injection, becoming the apple of her eyes. Spring is coming. Nice. Eventually, yeah, but we're now into winter. Heavy winter season. And the Cloudspires only has 2 seasons. Not deadly and shit. Fucking murderous cold. Shitty murderous cold. So yeah, doing like a bee magic would be fun. Oh yeah, no, the Frostburns, I mean, you know, according to the description that I gave, they're ridiculously brutal. And with every passing day, man, the Brightwoods are getting more powerful through them, so I think Mactilion will turn out like a kind of, I don't want to say Romeo and Juliet story. Fuck, there's a term for it. But basically, you know, like maybe fighting for control over a group of bees, like a hive of bees, and then having to send that hive of bees to fight other bees, and and all sorts of fuckery. I don't know. There's potential there. He'll eventually have swarms and whatnot, and then actually, yeah, just produce honey. Summon swarm. Let's see. The pheromones effect could be just, you know, something he exudes. So if you imagine for a moment, he could just suddenly change his pheromones to cause sleep. No. He could just produce honey. You know, like he can produce 1 liter of honey a day, at will, up to 1 liter a day. So you can just do like, you know, just a little bit of honey for your coffee. But no, the pheromones thing would be fun actually. Mind control pheromones, or well, not even mind control, but like if you change your pheromones to this, you get advantage on charm checks. If you change your pheromones to this, you get I don't even fucking know, you know, advantage to stealth, etc., etc. So there's some fun to be had there for sure. Everybody fucking bankrupted themselves last night. Holy shit, though. Everybody fucking bankrupted themselves. It was crazy. 51,000 points, man. 51,000 points he's got right now. That is insane. From 500,000. How far they've fallen. Tracing pheromones. That'd be neat, actually. If you could, like, exude a cloud and then anybody walks into it has, like, a fairy fire effect, but only to you. Kind of like a spider's web? Nah, it doesn't make sense. Whatever. It's a good idea, though. It's a good idea, Tuvelepur. Tuvelepurpre. Alright, well, I should get on with the day. There's lots to do. Oh, you're back? Okay, maybe we are hanging out for a moment. I don't know.
It depends on if you want to or not, that's all. Otherwise, I have things to do as well.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I've planned enough. I got a good idea and handle on what's going on. No, I'm good at the moment. Otherwise, yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential there. Like giving Paul a sort of bee magic, and getting him like he becomes attuned to his hive, and if his hive is nearby, it could be like Which I don't know. He could use his hive to study things? No, that's stupid. I don't know. His hive is just like, so long as his hive is, you know what? As long as his hive is alive, he has a conduit to the power of bees.
The alive hive.
The alive. So, point being, he would have to keep his hive alive in order to maintain his magic. But so long as he does so, then the queen allows him to have a portion of her magics, which makes no sense in and of itself. But whatever.
100,000 bee-man.
I have already I've already described that a hive of frostburn bees is in fact sentient to some degree. I think it's got like an intelligence of 10 or something, or 9 or whatever.
Remember, just be yourself.
Holy shit, moons! Moons for days. Anyway, as I said, I'm gonna get shit done. I suggest you do the same. Happy New Year, if I don't see you before then. Otherwise, love seeing you as always, and hope the rest of your day goes well. See you soon.